probably going to go with a ton of penetration and just doom, which in their case, I think Ka's going to be kind of scary as long as Talon doesn't hold him down. What do you think about these picks we got here?
Well, I mean, the Rengar Kha'Zix combo is just, well, I don't really know. Usually they're on either side, which is, you know, it's usually more fun to watch them on either side. But I think it's gonna be good for them. I mean, they're gonna have a lot of deception going on. Both of them can go invisible, do a lot of surprise attacks on to any of the squishies there. But
well, Talon can get out. Nami's going to get attacked, but I think that Ezreal's going to be able to be pretty defensive as long as he can get away and just flux and flash out if need be. But we do have Art Thief being Blitz, so we have the Blitz versus Nami issue, and it's all going to come down to that bubble, which usually happens. You know, if you can't land a bubble as Nami, then you need to not be picking that champion in the first place.
Yeah, that's very true, Shank. That the Kha'Zix and Rengar jumping on one person is pretty much going to mean death, regardless of who they are. Well, Nasus probably can tank a little bit of that damage, but
Shanks, what do you mean by they're going to exacerbate any issues that created by Ka and Rengar? Because I don't think they're going to have any issues caused by them. They're probably just going to be jumping around and taking out one person at a time, then leaving. And yes, actually, we are in the same house.
Yes.
Clutch is over at my house. True story.
I'm actually homeless. I stay with Redderick on the weekends.
What? Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah, you didn't know?
What?
Your closet's pretty comfortable, bro.
Adopted, yeah.
I don't even know if I can be legally adopted. Can you adopt a 25-year-old?
Yeah.
I feel naked without an epic beard.
Yes, me too.
Ah! Black screen. Black screen of doom. Oh,
so now we're going to be in here. We're talking about the same people. I actually am really happy to see Mecha Kha'Zix. That's one of my favorite. Definitely not Blitzcrank Beautiful. That's good stuff right there.
I wonder what champion he's playing, because he's definitely not playing Blitzcrank.
Nope.
Because, yeah.
He looks like me when I go to get job interviews.
Yeah, Nami, I agree, Yasashii. Nami's going to have some pro 360 no-scope snipes on her bubbles here, because Rengar and Kha'Zix are both going to be pretty hard to hit.
Yeah, so I'm not sure which one's going to be going top lane. Is probably going to be Rengar, because Ka's in mid for good times, or they're just going to be roaming around together and playing the attack everybody game. Super clutch. Get it.
Get it. 420 just blink.
Alright, so we don't have any pauses. Oh, hey, I need to change some names, actually.
Yeah, change the names, Redderick. Slacking off, as usual. Slacker. And we're in the game. Nami doing a little bit of a backflip to, show off some style there. And wow, all the wards. Look at all the wards everybody's buying onto blue team here. They're gonna have they're either going for some really heavy early vision, or they just really like wards.
They really like wards. TSG has been known for having really good vision throughout the entire game. Whenever I've watched them, now we do have something kind of strange that Nasus didn't grab. There we go. That's what I was looking for. He didn't grab a totem or a trinket in the very beginning, but that's not really a big deal. He went back and got it real quick.
Yeah,
now,
like
this is also common for Yeti to be coming around the bottom side and come around the way that they went. Last game that we watched, they got the first kill or first blood pretty quickly. They're very aggressive. They know what they're doing, and they can team fight really well. So this early game is how they like to set up.
Well, they have Blitzcrank and Rengar. So Rengar, since they're in the jungle, they're never going to get away from Rengar, and Blitzcrank just is going to pull, and anybody who gets pulled is going to insta die.
Oh no. We do have a team. There it is. Scythus came back. Yep, 2 flashes are down. The flash from the Blitzcrank trying to come in there was really close. Luckily, I think they heard the flash and they went and they moved juked. Yeah, yeah, Tito. Blitzcrank flashed, and who else flashed out of there? Was it Ez or?
I like it when they
Yeah, I think Ezreal flashed. And they are going to pick up this blue buff here.
Ezreal. Blue buff just getting attacked early. Early.
That poor blue buff.
Yeah, got smited in the face. Nasus doing his work the way he does. Slowly.
Actually, I really like this matchup in mid, Kha'Zix versus Talon. 2 heavy AD assassins going at it, because usually it's like, oh, AD assassin versus AP mage. Now it's battle of the assassins. Who can assassinate faster?
Yeah. And we got the ancient coin coming in from the Blitzcrank, and for the support, excuse me, on Nami, she decided to get the Relic Shield. In my opinion, I'm really a big fan of this Relic Shield. The coin is fun, and I like it on Sona. But that Targon is beautiful.
I won't buy the coin in solo queue because I do not trust whoever I am supporting to be good enough at farming to give me that 2 extra gold every minion. So I mean that's kind of personal preference, but I think it'll work out into his favor because Blinky looks to be doing pretty well in the CS game here. He is very ahead of Ezreal.
We're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, he's really ahead. Lucian has been playing really heavily. He's up about 6 to 8% depending on the time of day at LoL King. And it looks like we got Eve coming in trying a little bit of a gank on Talon. They pinged for it. We're gonna see what happens.
Well, she does have double buffs. Talon be in a little bit of trouble, but he is going to back off and put a little bit of do a little bit of ward vision. He is going to place his regular ward. He's not used his trinket yet. Oh, Talon getting a little too close. Kha'Zix putting a lot of damage. Evelyn getting the Qs, and she is able to pick up first blood.
Yeah, that first blood is really going to put Talon behind because now Kha'Zix can easily go up and do his melee and just get his damage down and his CS up quickly. It's going to put him ahead. He got the assist there too, so a little bit of gold going his way. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, this Rengar versus Elise matchup, it's really going to be hard on Elise, especially early, but when she gets some levels into Spider form, she's going to be coming back with a lot of damage against Rengar. And Rengar kind of laughing at Elise here. Just do a little bit of taunting, see if Elise takes the bait, because an all-in from Elise can mean bad news for her.
We had a really funny thing happen that you guys missed while we were there in game. Ziggs chose his character and he goes, "Wait, this isn't Dota 2?" He was really confused.
No, this isn't Dota 2.
Shanks ASL.
Oh, good God. Come, Bay, stop.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Lucian. Lucian play is so strong, and he's always been really like a favorite champion of mine. His play is amusing to me.
I've been saying it for years now, man. Lucian is strong, and everybody always hates on me for doing it.
Years, he says.
Years.
Oh, we got Evelyn up here. Check this out. We got Evelyn coming in. He's in Viz, and Talon is in a bad way, getting jumped on and taken out again. Kha'Zix getting that kill, putting himself even further ahead. Look at the difference here, 38 to 19. He's gonna even check him out. What did he upgraded his Void Spikes.
Yeah, Evelyn kind of camping that mid lane a little bit, giving Kha'Zix that edge he will need to just completely dominate Talon in the mid game. And Nas is trying to push back this lane, but Kha'Zix is level 6. Yes, so he is going to be doing a lot of damage here.
I agree with you, Yasashii. It is interesting, especially with how they've been jumping. Obviously, he's been getting enough of the spikes onto them because he jumps and throws them on. Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be really good for him in lane, just because he upgraded the spikes, he's going to have a little bit better wave clear for that mid lane, and Talon already has a really good wave clearing ability. So upgrading that is really going to be in Kha'Zix's favor.
And as we're seeing here, Rengar is really hurting the top lane, pushing really easily, being able to have that sustain. Elise can't get in and get her sustain from her little minions chewing on people. But looks like on bottom lane here, we got a Nasus trying to push his way in, but he's most likely noticed. Let's see, is there... Nope, there's not a ward there or there, nope. So he just left.
Yeah, not really finding much of a gank there. He is still level 5, so he doesn't have his ultimate to kind of charge in and take towers. And I really feel bad for this Elise up top here. She is taking a lot of damage from Rengar. She's really having no answer for all of that sustain that he has.
Lots of sustain, lots of being able to transfer his attacks so that he can get as many auto attacks as possible. He does take a tower hit, not too much of a big deal, but now we see there's a huge gold cap already, 7-minute mark, and the problem with that is this Kha'Zix can just zone out this Talon really heavily being ahead. Look at this item. He has his crystalline flask to stay ahead, but he already has that brutalizer, and that's just gonna hurt. Let's look at Talon real quick. Look at his armor. Yeah, he has 49 armor. And with that taking down his 10, he has 29 armor. He's doing really close to true damage. And Evelynn again, coming in.
Oh, man. Evelynn coming in. Kha'Zix getting all of that damage from Talon being alone. And Evelynn just being able, just allowing him to secure that kill. This just... That's that Talon dying 3 times already in 8 minutes. That's insane. That's a lot of damage. Kha'Zix looking to come up here to get a little either counter jungling or a gank up here off on Elise. He does have enough damage with Rengar. They might be able to pull this off.
Here we go.
And he's going to go in. Flash, jump, and the Ignite goes down. But he's going to take a couple of tower hits, and Nasus is going to ult in. Wow, Qs to get Kha'Zix out of there. But Rengar is going to be able to do enough damage to push Nasus off.
Nasus is going to be able to stand there and get a little bit of lifesteal back from his abilities, but Evelynn's going to come in and most likely do quite a bit of damage, but she backs off because of that Wither. Coming in for speed, doing the damage. Here it goes.
She does have double buff. She is going to hurt a lot. Those white spikes going down. She might pick them up. Yes! And the red buff is going to tick, 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 gone as Nasus goes down to Evelynn.
Yep, hate spikes. They're mean. We do have a lot of pressure coming in from every single lane, except for bottom. They've been kind of sitting in the safe zone. It looks like they've had Eve go top and mid really heavily, and they're just letting Blitzcrank check his glasses often, and Lucian just get a whole bunch of CS, running that 93 to 65.
Yeah, I really
doing good.
Has Blitzcrank even moved from that spot? Because he's in the same spot as he was about 5 minutes ago.
Maybe.
It looks like Talon's going to come down here to try to get a gank going. Blitzcrank gets hit by the bubble, and the Nami wave goes down. Talon's going to go in onto Lucian, not doing enough damage, but the Ignite does go down. Use Lucian using the culling to try to back off, and Blitzcrank is going to miss a pull. But they
got Kha'Zix.
Back off of that safety.
Kha'Zix coming in, doing all of his damage, almost taken out, but the berry went up. He jumped, but missed the kill. Here comes Nasus trying to do as much damage as possible to keep everything pushed back, but Eve is able to push back 3 champions at once because she is just scary, as usual. And they're going to mess around in this jungle, most likely going to push it in, because that's what Eve can do. She isn't going to be seen unless she's close to that champion. And here's Ezreal just went back. That was good. Good idea. Backing up.
Yeah, Lucian in kind of a scary spot right here. Talon is still in lane with a lot of health. He could dive onto Lucian and get a ton of damage and possibly get the kill too. But Blitzcrank, he does fear that Blitzcrank pull, so he is going to back off, try to go back to mid lane here, because Kha'Zix is pushing up, getting a ton of damage on his tower, almost to half health. So that's going to be pretty good. He is going to be able to push this lane up and get a little bit more damage.
Lucian is not attacking the tower. He is specifically taking out as much as possible for CS. He's already at that 107 mark at 11 minutes, doing really well. Yeah, sure, no problem, Shanks. Check it out. Nasus is running 111 right now on his siphoning strike versus his 42, so he's doing pretty well with landing his Qs for getting points on there.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well, so late game that is going to be an issue. And Kha'Zix is going to jump in on Talon. just completely out-damaging him. Talon having to use his ultimate to just barely escape. Lucian taking a lot of damage. He is out of mana, so he's not going to be able to escape if he gets caught on one of those Nami bubbles.
You know, I gotta say, Yasashii, well, I was checking out top lane real quick, but I gotta say that I kind of understand why he went Void Spikes at this point, because of what Shanks was talking about. Having Evelynn there, train.
Korean hype train rolling on through.
Hype train at my house again. This is insane. So, anyways, what I was saying was that he has Evelynn to come in and be able to do all the damage, and he can have sustain and get as much CS as possible. And that's the reason why I believe he went forced Void Spikes as much as possible.
It looks like bottom lane, they might pick up this tower. Yep, looks like TSG is going to be able to pick up that bottom tower. That is going to allow them a little bit of freedom and some dragon control. But Evelynn's going to come in here to try to initiate. She does have ultimate. And she's going to pop it on Ezreal, but the Nami wave is going to save his life. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I don't know if Evelynn could have put enough damage down to take him out, even if she didn't get hit by the Nami wave.
Maybe. Flash was... the Flash and Arcane Shift is really good, but it's not enough. Look at that top lane. Rengar is just attacking the tower because he can. He didn't even have to worry about Elise doing enough damage to stop him. So he didn't even get hit by the tower. He just hit the tower over and over.
Oh wow! And as soon as I say TSG has dragon control, Yeti is going to pick up that dragon. That's going to put them. That's going to put them at almost a 5k gold lead. And Nass is coming in to gank Rengar up top. And Knight's going to go down, but he is going to be able to use his passive to juke away. And his ultimate goes down. He might escape here.
He's going to escape.
Yep, he is going to be able to get out safely.
That was ridiculous. That ultimate, putting him with movement speed, he had Ghost, so he was able just to get out of there as soon as, not Ghost, but like the ability to get fast movement because of his ultimate. And that's outrageous. Talon getting hit in the middle from this Kha'Zix. He tries to do damage, but he just can't do anything to him. Puts on Ignite, both of them. And they're both going to go down here. Double KO. That Ignite is outrageous.
Yeah, OP. Riot, please nerf Ignite.
Look at this. Beautiful, gains 20% movement speed. That's just outrageous. There's so much movement on here with the Ka and the Rengar having movement speed with his ultimate and gaining the movement speed from Evelynn.
Coming in for Yeti bot.
Yes, Shanks, probably better for Talon. Hopefully. Talon needs to actually get back. Come in here. It is 2-6. They're behind 4K in gold, and they're down CS real heavy because they just have lane sustain and presence. Yeti bot is very strong in this lane. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the upper right-hand corner, our Thunderdog decided to put on a Santa hat for you guys, so, you know, clap, clap, clap.
Obviously.
Top tower is going to go down up here to Rengar. I don't think he's actually going to leave. He's just going to keep on attacking. And then he's going to go ahead and attack on Elise. We do have Nasus here, so he's going to have to think twice.
Yeah, his ultimate is down. He's not going to be able to get away safely from this one, but he's going to try to do as much damage as he can to Elise.
Evelynn.
Which he might... Oh, Evelynn is going to come in to save the day.
Hate spikes.
Rengar's looking pretty low.
Those hate spikes on Elise. Get him. There it is.
And Evelynn is going to pick up Nasus as well. She gets the double kill. That's actually going to be scary. She's what? She's 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
15 minutes. That's a huge lead for her. She's going to be scaling really well into this cycle.
Bottom lane, we have Ezreal. He popped his barrier to try to save himself, but the Ignite is going to go down. We have Ignite on Blitzcrank, which is scary enough as it is. And then barrier on the Lucian. So they took out this bottom lane that secures their 7k gold lead. Almost 8k gold lead now. There's doubling CS in lanes. This is not looking really comfortable for the TSG. The only way they're going to be able to come back with this is if they can pick off safely, which is going to be difficult.
Yeah, Rengar, a very interesting build in my opinion on Rengar. Usually you see full damage, you know, Hydra and Black Cleaver and Triforce, but we're seeing Sunfire Cape and the beginnings of Spirit Visage, which is a really interesting build to me. And as I was talking about that, Nasus is going to get completely bursted down by the Kha'Zix. He is really scary right now with all of that armor penetration he's about to pick up.
Yeah, he's got that Black Cleaver and it looks like he's going to go for that Last Whisper. I can feel it. Ah, there it is, Last Whisper. And now he has a crossbow and an axe in his little, like, insect arms.
Yeah, where does he carry those things? I mean,
Dude, Super Glue is a boss.
He must eat. Well, he does have the skin, so he may have some extra compartments in that cybernetic body he's got there. You never know.
We're having a little bit of an issue. It says video doesn't work. Is there no video happening for anybody else? I'll take care of that. Yasashii, if you can help me out with that. Take care of that part there. And TSG United just left the game. I think he had a little bit of a... Oh, he reconnected. Fantastic. We do have a lot of Yetibot inside this jungle. We have Alan trying to get out of here as best as possible, but Evelyn is getting knocked up by the bubble. Then he's going to come back in with Talon. Talon's going to try to get away from it, but the wave was just a second too late. Jumps into Nasus, going to get taken down by the Siphoning Strike. And that was... excuse me. Excuse me, that was a little bit of a pressure, maybe a bit of... they felt too comfortable, so they went into there with 2v2, and then other people rotated on him and they got taken out. Now, Rengar is just in... This is why. This is why he has those items.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of proxy farming here, and he is going to beat Nasus in this duel, but he is going to take a ton of minion damage, which is going to put him really low. And his ultimate might save him here, but the towers will reveal him if he gets too close. He might make it out. Yep, he is going to make it out of there alive. Just, well, no, at least he's got that movement speed. Ignite is down.
Oh, he got caught! Oh, boom! There it is. Ziggs goes down by the Elise / Nasus. It took him a lot, and he was sitting there in his camp trying to do the damage that he possibly could with proxy farming, letting the minions take out those towers so that he can get as much CS as possible. And having that Spirit Visage is making him stay alive for even longer than he needs to be. Good times. So, looking at some vision, check this out. We have, yeah, we have lots of vision on Yetibot's side. We have the entire forward lane and almost, you know, a little bit up to their base warded.
Yeah, they're definitely winning the vision game right now, and that's gonna give them a lot of dragon. Well, I mean, they already have dragon control with that tower down, but that's gonna really secure that control of TSG's jungle. That's gonna push them farther and farther ahead.
Well, we have Dragon coming up in 5 seconds here, 2 seconds actually, and they probably know what's happening. There it is, it's popped up, they have vision on it, they know it's there, and then Yetibot's going to be able to... Oh, looks like we have an issue, we got a little bit of a pause going down. We'll take this time to talk about the warding as well as some item build. And I was saying the warding was ridiculous because they're offensively warding, as well as we have a defensive ward from TSG. Like I said earlier, the warding is actually pretty solid on the TSG team. We've seen it pretty often. They've had the wards up the whole time. They've warded where they've seen a lot of action from Yetibot. And look at the item build here. Everyone's going a bit tanky except for the Talon and Ezreal, which is good. You know, you need to have some tank on your team. However, I think Elise maybe needed to go a little bit of damage here so that he could have contested this Rengar who went tanky. They might have been able to push on him. Possibly.
Yeah, no matter how much penetration she builds, she is not going to out-damage Rengar. He's just going to heal it all back, especially with that Spirit Visage. Yeah, it looks like Nasus has disconnected.
Yeah, there we go. Nasus needed to come back. He probably had a router reset error that took a long time for him to get out of there. Yeah. Pause. Got that. That's if I went by our good old President Bush Jr. It's that new French word, pause.
Pause.
Yeah, you can go ahead and it's game. You can stop it at any point in time. Past tense.
It's looking pretty good in Yetibot's favor, pretty heavily in Yetibot's favor throughout this game. I think TSD does have a chance. I think they can pull it back. They just need to... They can't lose any more turrets at this point, and they need to try to contest Baron if Yetibot actually goes for it.
Don't bleed, brain. I'm going to go ahead and talk like a President Bush, you know, for the rest of this game now.
Is that what we're doing? Is that how we're running this this here
Rabadon's Leandries. Serious issues. CJ Bulldogs, I'm gonna go with don't face check that Bush. CJ, go with oh man, I don't know. I would say what's that? I don't even know what to tell you, CJ Bulldogs. I mean, honestly, choose either. Sivir Taric lane is free? Yeah.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I see Sivir and Taric. I think we're going to see Sivir and Taric everywhere, or at least people are going to try to pick up Taric whenever they can because he is super strong right now.
Zix, I'm enjoying your build on here with your Rengar. It's pretty nice. This is really strange that we're having a conversation with you in the middle of your game. It's kind of awesome. Maybe? No? Oh, I keep hearing ticks from the game. I'm wondering what's going on. It's Ezreal. He's hungry. Yeah. 0-2, you feed her. Report. Everybody report 6 after this.
Oh, obviously, yep.
Yep. Even Yasashii, just report him. Hey Yasashii, since you're here, go ahead and jump on the mic and we'll just chat about some stuff while we're at pause.
Yeah, this may be lasting a while.
Hello!
Hey! Alright, so now we're having a menage all up in this. We got some... check out, this is something I think is pretty awesome. We had the Lucian Ezreal. Lucian was really kicking him on that CS, but Ezreal was coming back. Do you think that's because of the sustain that he picked up, or do you think that's because he's really stopping trying to focus on the Lucian damage and going for the CS?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question? I didn't. I wasn't able to catch it all.
All right.
You're such a slacker.
Remember that time when you were back in the cage? Go back there. Clutch, go ahead and answer that for me.
Well, okay. I think, well, I don't know. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of building Bork on Lucian.
Death card.
Well, I mean, I think it can work very nicely with his passive because he does get that double shot. It will proc the percentage health damage on both shots, but I believe going more crits, as long as adding Infinity Edge is going, it adds a lot more strength to his kit, especially since both of those shots can crit. I feel like the crits are going to be more powerful than the percentage health damage.
Well, with that, Ruby over there, I have this feeling that he's going to go Trinity if he can. That's pretty expensive. Since he's behind, I wouldn't suggest it, but you know, that's just my thought process. I would go ahead and push the same way you're talking about.
He thinks
he thinks.
Getting Sheen at least. I would definitely at least get Sheen on it as true.
Yeah, opening
this kind of needed.
Yeah,
but after that, I wouldn't go full on Trinity Force.
Yeah, opening a Bloodthirster on Ezreal is a little interesting to me, especially if you are behind, because that indicates that you kind of want to go either a classic full crit build like Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, just classic items like that, or you're going for kind of that Varus build where you have a ton of poke, where it's Bloodthirster and Last Whisper. And it's interesting to see that whenever you're far behind. I don't know how I really feel about that, because especially with how much utility Trinity Force gives you, you can get Trinity Force if you're far ahead or if you're falling behind, because it helps you in both situations. Whereas rushing a Bloodthirster, if you're falling behind, that's just gonna accentuate you falling behind. It's really hard to come back from a Bloodthirster rush, especially if you're behind, in my opinion.
Well, it is going to give him the extra lifesteal he is going to need to survive in some of these fights, because I mean, it's Ezreal. He's going to get jumped on immediately, unless they go for Talon. But I mean, that's kind of going to go either way right now. Like, Nasus needs to be kind of on it with his peeling abilities.
Yeah, and I firmly believe in sustaining also, but whenever you have a team where 3 of them are assassins that can dive you very easily, and you have a Blitzcrank that can really just get that pull off and zone you down, you know, sustain doesn't really come into play there. It's more about, can I get out of here? And Trinity Force kind of does a better job of that, because you have the utility to move around, and